For this barbell squat, we're going to use a bench or a box that we can sit down on at the bottom of the movement, something that allows us to get decent depth. And we ideally want the hips as low as or lower than the knees when we're in that bottom position. Now I'm using a barbell here, which I'd advise if you're comfortable with barbell back squats, but a pair of heavy dumbbells is fine as well. And you'll see a clip of that cut into this demonstration too with me using dumbbells later on. Okay, so just do one or the other. You don't need to do both, barbells or dumbbells. Now the weight wants to be relatively heavy, and remember the bench is there for support too. Notice this has a very slow and controlled eccentric movement. I'm aiming to count to 5 on the way down and keep that slow movement nice and consistent the whole way down. Once my bum hits the bench, I'm taking a very brief pause and then I'm returning to the standing position. Now the movement on the way back up wants to be much more explosive, and it might not look particularly explosive because I'm carrying a decent amount of weight, but the intention should be explosive. So really focus on driving the floor away as hard as you can so that you come back to that vertical position with explosive intent. Now these are relatively low reps. Here's me doing it with dumbbells, okay? Exactly the same, nice and slow on the way down and a nice explosive return. With a little jump as well if you're comfortable doing that. Just remember to land with soft knees. Now these are relatively low reps, 5 to 6, perfectly adequate. And what we're doing is priming the muscles with a heavy explosive movement for the following exercise that's going to come after this, which will be a plyometric bodyweight exercise. So once we're done with these squats, we'll take a minute or so to recoup and then we'll move straight on to the other exercise. This is known as post-activation potentiation. Basically what we're doing is one heavy exercise followed by a more plyometric, lighter exercise in order to train the body to be able to recruit far more muscle fibers than it normally would.